Hello, dreamers and royal tannins and G&Ts. And I can't start with that because I'll forget Barrett Sponge. I'll forget all the names. So you're all dream crew. Thank you for being here. I'm Lori Probstorfer, Senior Executive Director of the Dream Crew. I want to introduce some of our leaders. I am going to ask Miss Erin Barrett to introduce herself with her new title, please.
Hi, I'm Erin Barrett. I'm in Columbus, Ohio, and I just hit lead director, and I'm so excited, and I'm celebrating tonight because I was just way too tired. Way too tired.
And she's going to teach fifth grade, right?
Fourth.
This year instead of, what was it, first? Yeah, first, yeah.
First, then second, now fourth, whatever.
You can do it all. You're awesome. Kazela, what would you like to say to these nice folks?
Hey, happy August, you guys. I'm Kaz in Littleton in Colorado, where it is gorgeous. Senior director. Our team is the givers and tasters, the G&Ts. Cheers with a cup of tea tonight.
Hey, welcome. Taretha Arkansas Jones, you have a new title. Will you please introduce yourself and tell us where you are?
Hi, I'm Taretha Arkansas Jones. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I'm the new lead director. I'm so excited.
So glad that you're here. Cheryl, Miss Cheryl St. Clair, would you say hello?
I would. Thanks, Lori. Hi, everybody. Cheryl St. Clair, director in Westminster, Colorado. And I am excited about August being here. Yay! Everybody knows how busy I was in July with weddings and so on and so forth. So I'm thrilled the August has arrived.
Praise the Lord. Let's go August. And Anya, hello, my friend. You're kind of foggy.
I am. My camera is funky, but I'm here. Greetings from Pocono Mountains, Pennsylvania, where apparently my laptop is having its own thing. Anya Fiducia. I'm a lead director. Our team is Good Karma Crew, and August is going to be a hot month for everyone. So excited to see what we all do.
Woo! Thank you. I think I got everybody. If I missed anybody, somebody holler at me. Pretty sure that was all of our directors and above. Thanks you guys so much for being here. I am crazy excited about August. Adios, July. See ya. Happy to say goodbye to July. I didn't introduce Chris. Chris, would you like to introduce yourself really quick, and then I'll introduce you again later? Sorry, dude.
Okay, my name is Chris Whitacre, and I'm from Vermillion, Ohio, which is 40 miles west of Cleveland, right on Lake Erie. And I am with the home office team.
Yes, you are. I'll do a better introduction of you later. Well, so happy that you're all here. So happy that August is here. Tons and tons of stuff to share with you. I'm going to give you a little teaser right here and tell you, be sure to check in to Founders Friday this Friday at, it's on, oh golly, I think it's on at 2 Pacific, 3 Mountain, 4 Central, 5 Eastern. So yes, don't miss, you guys. Something really awesome is going to happen. I cannot tell you what it is, but what I can tell you is that August is Friendship Month.
Lori, I have a question for you. Did you actually see it today?
I did.
Or did you blink? You did. You saw it. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I was like, I have to announce that. So be sure to check in to Founders Friday this Friday at one of those times when it's appropriate for you. And you guys are going to love. So that's my little tease. This is our first call of the month. So we go ahead and I do a lot of shout outs. I'm just muting some folks here. Hang on. Okay. If you come in and you're not muted, please mute yourself just because your background noise is can kind of cut off the recording and stuff. So Cass said she was glad that she was wearing her sunglasses on the call today because she would have been blinded by
Not
what.
giving anything away at all.
No, of course not. Oh, doggone it. I meant to grab something to show you guys. Darn it.
I'm not a host, by the way.
You what?
I don't have host capabilities on here.
One moment, please. I made you co-host. There, make co-host. I can't do this right now. I was gonna have my kid run and get the thing that I was missing. Oh, okay. So I'm going to do really quickly. I'm going to do shout outs. You guys, these are always posted in the main community, usually on the first, sometimes the second, if the first is on a Sunday and mommy was taking a little rest. So I did it today. So you can always go back. I'm going to run through it really, really quickly. Dream Crew and Royal Tannins, we are a combined group now, but both have sort of established their own identity. So I really want to shout out both groups. So we have members of Royal Tannins and Dream Crew on here. Together, you guys, we generated over $34,000 in donations in July. Okay. Take that in. That's huge, huge. 34. It was actually more than 34,000, but what? Oh my gosh. Imagine the impact that you guys are having. And that from here forward only gets bigger. So anyway, I was super, super, super excited about that. We grew by 456 brand new cause entrepreneurs in July. Hello, that's huge. Keep inviting people. Remember, when you qualify as a senior cause entrepreneur in the month prior and you have organically sponsored at least one person, you're going to get people added to your team. This is big, you guys. This is a really big deal. This is something you want. People build teams in large part with leads. Now, that's not the only way you're going to build your team, but it's gravy, right? It's like the cherry on top of everything. So you want to hit SCE and organically sponsor every single month. And that's how you're going to get leads from the home office. Let's see, it's hard to do promotions. So I'm not going to do promotions. So, but I am going to just announce sort of titles. We celebrated 36 lead cause entrepreneurs on our organization. Amazing. Sponsor one more and it makes you an SCE and you get them leads. We celebrated 37 senior cause entrepreneurs. That's awesome, you guys. That's growth right there. We celebrated 8 executive cause entrepreneurs. That's 3 people on your team and a bunch of other stuff, but that's huge. Now you're working your way right up to director. So we did congratulate 8 directors in July and 4 lead directors. As you know, we welcomed 2 new, brand new lead directors, Erin and Taritha. Let's see what else I want to tell you. 357 of you qualified your business. Remember that when you qualify your business, you get $10 in free wine. That adds up. Y'all do that 3 months in a row. Now you're buying yourself a really nice bottle of wine. So keep qualifying. That's 300 PCV a month. That sort of comes out to about a case and a half of wine. So if you're in the wine club or you've created your own wine club, you're halfway there, right? So just try to be consistent with that and keep going with that and get yourself that free wine. 193 people earned a free host kit. That's like, you guys, I literally have visions of rivers of wine. That is so much wine, you guys. Great job to everyone. 60 of you gave yourselves a pay raise. Pat yourself on the back. Way to go, way to go. Where else do you work that you're like, I want to make more money this month, so I'm going to do this extra thing. Everybody gets to do that. It's awesome. I'm going to do top 10 in sales really quick, and then I'm going to be done with all of this because this is important, you guys. This is, you know, it's recognition for people who have gone the extra mile and pushed harder, right? So our number 1 in PCV for the month of July was the amazing Kaz Sells a Lot with $10,163 in personal commissionable volume. Are you kidding me right now? 10K, Kaz, girl, it ain't even Christmas. Look at you go. I love it. Congratulations. I know that was a really fun month. Let's see, 6,349, we had Dana Hanna coming in at number 9. Number 8, Lori Archer, always in the top 3 of sales. That girl with $5,938 in sales. Aaron Barrett, who is always in about the top 5, if not more, of sales with 4,592. Jade Roush with 3,710. Jamie, I can't pronounce your last name, starts with a T, it ends with a K, 3,684. I don't know if you're on this call, but someday you have to tell me how to say your name. Lila Gray Etherson with 3,652. Yo, buddy over here with 3,543. Jenna Flynn with 3,178 and Renee Richardson with 2,693. Y'all, that is big money, big donations, big impact right there. Great job, everyone. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of tell you some of our little announcements. You can find a lot of these, and I'm not going to get real deep into it, okay, because we got a lot to cover tonight. You can find a lot of these in the, and it's called the Month at a Glance, which you can find in your index, or you may have gotten in your email this morning at 10 Pacific-ish. Eastern, 10 Eastern. So if you didn't see it in your email, please check your spam. There is a likelihood that it could be there if you don't see it in your email. If you don't see it anywhere, please send a note to support@onehopewine.com and let them know that you have not received your email with the monthly Month at a Glance. Okay. There's also a darling video that is published on the 1st of every month. You can find that in the community. This was the K&K show with Kristen and Kelly having a little too much fun that early in the morning, but it's a great video. Lots of good stuff for you in there. Don't forget the Olympic challenges that are going on in the community right now, you guys. They have been really fun. They are designed to be quick, fun, easy things that you can do to boost your business. And they've been hilarious. Some of the things that we have seen, you guys, are off the chain hilarious. So be sure those are posted every day. I think they're posted, is it by 6 a.m., Chris? What would I do if you
I think that she schedules them around that time. I'm not 100% certain, but I believe so. Yep.
Yeah, so they should be there by about 6 or 7 Eastern every morning in the community. You guys, some of your teammates have made the funniest videos, worn the craziest outfits, made the most creative food, and a lot of them are winning the challenges. So if you haven't seen it, go take a look. It's just a super fun way to work your business, get involved with the community, and just have a really good time. Jamaica, who's going to Jamaica? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna need, okay, Shannon, I'm gonna need to see your hand. Yeah, okay, Cheryl. So everybody's going to Jamaica, okay? Jamaica is on and hitting it heavy right now. I cannot announce like points yet because they're not done with the tracker. So if you see the tracker, nobody panic, they're still working on it. Keep track of your own points. That's the very best way to know if the points are accurate in the tracker. You can find, there's a tracker in the index. There's, for those of you who are super tech savvy, I mean, to me, that's super tech savvy, but it's not for other people, but there's like a spreadsheet. You have to make a copy and then you can keep track and it does all the calculations for you. It's actually very, very cool. Or you can be like me and just have 7,000 pieces of paper where you're keeping track, but do keep track. Okay, if you want to go to Jamaica, you keep track of your points and you make sure that they're all accurate, okay? Last month we had double points for when you sponsor somebody. This month, now we want you to mentor them. So double points for all mentoring, all the targets in mentoring, right? So a CE hits their fast start, you get 1,000 points. Any one of their fast starts, 1, 2, or 3,000. Your level 1 cause entrepreneur, any cause entrepreneur, they don't have to be in their fast start. If they sponsor one person with a wine add-on, you get 1,000 points. You guys, that's a gold mine. That is an actual gold mine. Get out there, not just sponsor yourself, but teach your team to sponsor. Get on those discovery calls. Support your team in bringing on teammates. That's 1,000 points for you. That's going to add up so fast, you guys. Okay, so those are all the double points. Lots of you, by the way, have earned the towel. Some of you have earned the suitcase, and a couple of you are literally nipping the heels of the Jamaica trip. So push hard. The more of us on the beach, you guys, the more fun. I'm just telling you, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. Once you go on a trip, you'll never not go on a trip. So fun. Okay, we talked about qualifying. We're offering a free event kit again this month. When you reach $600 in PCV, we're going to give you 6 bottles to share with another host. That's a steal, you guys. That's like a free tasting for somebody, or for you if you're going to host, right? So make sure you get that 600 PCV. The purchase with purchase special is actually really, really awesome this month. It is when they buy 6 bottles or more, they're going to be offered our purchase with purchase with which is Vintner Cab, Vintner Chardonnay, and Sparkling Moscato. They're going to get that 50% off. And you guys, I actually invited Crystal. Where are you, Crystal? Ooh, wave your hand. There you are. I'm going to unmute you. I invited Chris. Well, you go by Christy. Okay, sorry. I just saw that it's Christy on there. I only see your name in writing, so I don't.
It's all good.
Yeah. So Christy, I invited Christy on because she was like, she actually tagged me in a post about a tasting that she did, and really emphasized that PWP. So you want to tell everybody a little bit about it?
Yeah, so I'm up in Washington State, and I honestly think we are one of the last of the states to open back up from COVID. So I have been relying on virtual tastings my entire time with One Hope, because I started about 2 weeks before the world shut down. So I had an in-person event on Saturday, so the last day of the month. And I didn't intend to do this. I love the sparkling almond. And so I made sure that was part of my tasting. But then my epiphany was, it was part of the PWP. And so we didn't have a large attendance. There were 5 people, all 5 ordered, and 4 of the 5 made sure that they ordered 6 or more so that they could get that sparkling almond 50% off. And so so I'm already talking to my in-person hosts this month, asking them, which do you love the most? The Cab, the Chardonnay, the Sparkling Moscato. I make sure that you put it in for that purpose alone and talk it up, because it went better than I could have imagined.
That's so cool. I love that. And it's just such an easy little, oh my goodness, by the way, did you know that for 50% off, you guys, like everybody knows that's a deal. So thank you so much. I'm so glad that you shared that with us, because I want everybody to start offering that PWP when you're checking somebody out. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I did a tasting also on Saturday. It didn't even occur to me to offer it. And I know that I could have bumped my sales even higher had I done that. So it was a really good reminder for me. I think because I rely so much on that pop-up window, it was only when I got home and started entering my orders, I was like, oh shoot, I should have done that. So
my tiny event, Lori, it was over $900. And that was without, 10 or 12 people there. It was literally total of 5 orders. And one of them was a single bottle order. So, you can imagine what the rest of them were.
Oh my God.
And that's just a testament to you too, with the trainings you give about the difference with in-person. And it feels good. This is what I joined One Hope for. I'm so excited.
That makes me so happy. I'm so happy to hear that. all of us, so many of us have not done in-person tastings, and it might feel awkward or uncomfortable or scary, but I'm telling you, they're so fun, first of all. And the results, I mean, they're so much better. And I've said it a million times, I'm gonna say it again. In person is way better than online. So a lot of, but you know, it's not for everybody. I understand, and that's fine. But I'm telling you what, more testimony around that to come. So I just beat everybody over the head with in-person tastings because I just know how fun they are, and how much, quite frankly, how much more you're going to raise for the charity and yourself when you do an in-person tasting. So a couple of things that I want you to know. We have a great host special this month, if you didn't know. And this is the part that I forgot to, I have one of these in my garage and I was going to have my kid get it. Oh, you've got one. Maria, can you hold it up like with your hand behind it or something? So when a customer's event goes over $750, they're going to get the copper glitter bottle full of Vintner Pinot Noir. Can you see how? So Maria Elena's holding it up for us. You guys, it's so pretty. It's perfect for the Thanksgiving holiday. It's gorgeous. So that's a beautiful, beautiful little gift for your host when they go over 750. And you could hear, like, Christy's party was over 900 with 5 people. So when you start doing in-person tastings, every host is going to get that beautiful copper glitter bottle. Well, Karen, then you need to host a tasting. Oh, it's hospitality, not Vintner, my pardon. It's hospitality Pinot Noir in there. So anyway, those are going to be gorgeous. Our group fundraiser, you guys probably all know this, but our group fundraiser between now and October, we're taking this all the way through October, is Alex's Lemonade Stand. We love Alex's Lemonade Stand. They actually spoke at, I don't know if it was our last crush, our in-person crush, 3 crushes ago. Really very, very moving, but a really great organization. They raise money basically for pediatric cancer research. Pediatric cancer, I happen to know way too much about it, not from my personal experience, from a friend's experience. Pediatric cancer research only gets 4% of federal research dollars. It's an absolute crime. So a lot of organizations raise money to give directly to the doctors doing the research. So this is a really powerful organization, Alex's Lemonade Stand. If you don't know about them, read about them. It's a really, and their siblings' mental health. Thank you, Katie. And thanks to our welcoming our new CEs. That's awesome. Okay, so before I introduce officially Chris, who is our amazing guest speaker and trainer tonight, I do want to ask Christy, are you here? Christy Griffin, are you here?
I'm here.
Hi. So I also asked Christy to share tonight. She did her very first private in-home wine tasting yesterday. And she was so excited. And I just really wanted her to share a little bit about that and why it was so powerful for her. I still can't see you, but I hear you.
I'm here, I promise. I'm here.
There you are. Hi. Tell us all about it, sis.
So last night we had a front yard in-home wine tasting. So it kind of wasn't really in-home, but it was in the front yard. It was a beautiful evening. And yeah, the ladies that showed up, we all just kind of hung out and we did a wine tasting, and it was so much fun. You could feel the energy in the space, and you know, Lori talks all the time about doing in person. It's the bomb. It really is, because you feel the energy. And I'm not kidding you, the hostess was doing my job, literally doing my job. And guess what? She wants to sign up. So we're making a time to talk to her to hopefully get her signed up. And I had 3 people say they want to book for September. So I'm already starting to get my September booked up. And while that may seem kind of crazy, it's totally worth it. And they were actually deciding there on the spot which charity we're going to give to. We had 2 people there that had amazing charities, and we're like, we'll do one in September. So that's how we got the bookings for the next month. And just lots of energy. Nobody purchased under 4 bottles of wine. And I have a sign that I put up and I say, here's 4, 6, and 12. 10% goes to the charity of choice, and literally nobody purchased under 4 bottles. Everybody was 4 bottles and above. And one person asked me what 1 bottle would cost in the shipping, and I said probably about the same as the bottle that you're getting shipped to. She's like, all right, I'll do 4. So I really didn't have to like twist her arm or convince her. I just kind of gave her what it was, and she said, yep, I'll do it. So there you go. It was so much fun and so much more to come.
I love it. So just really, what would be your top tip for anybody who hasn't done an in-home or driveway tasting? What kind of propelled you to go ahead and go for it?
Honestly, I've done direct sales before, so I know what it's like to be in front of people. And for me, being able to understand people's energy, it's one thing to see people on a screen, but it's easy for us to zone out and get the fatigue of being on screen all the time. So being in person, you actually get to feel people's energy and their excitement. And if somebody has a question, you can kind of see that puzzled look a little bit better on their face and be able to answer those questions. You can have that one-on-one time that you don't really get when you're in a virtual meeting. And I'm not trying to bag virtual meetings. They are good too. What I'm trying to say is they're a totally different vibe, virtual versus being in person, and you get a greater feel for how people are doing at that. And I'm a people person, so I kind of like to feel that energy, and I miss being around people a lot.
And I mean, the other thing is, Christy, they feel your energy too.
Yeah.
And so it's a very symbiotic experience for everyone. And I just, again, I'm with you. I'm not knocking online or virtual events in any way, but until you've done an in-person event, you won't know what we're talking about. But once you do, you'll never want to stop.
I will tell you right here, right now, if you have the note cards and if you didn't get them, you can print them out, use them, and do it scared. Literally, I was scared. I'm like, ladies, you know what? Honest to goodness, we have so many amazing wines here. I don't want to screw up and say the wrong thing about the wines. And they would make me go back. Can you repeat what you said? And I just, those note cards are absolute gold, and don't be afraid to stand there and read them. Seriously, nobody cares.
I love it.
I mean, they care, but they don't.
Not only does nobody care, they're rooting for you.
Right.
They're like, oh, girl, she's so nervous. Smile at her. Right. I mean, thank you. Yeah. I'm so glad you both shared, you and Christy both shared, because, we just can't say it enough. So because we can't say it enough, I invited my very, very, very dear friend, who is the director of coaching and training for One Hope, to really share. She has a long history in direct sales. She was the very first ever consultant for Southern Living at Home. If you remember that company, she had an enormous team with that company, and just huge success, and has been a trainer and mentor of mine for 10 years, and some other people as well. But I invited Chris because she shares my passion for in-person tastings, booking in-person tastings, and she just has a lot of good gems to drop. So Chris, thank you so much for joining us. Love you lots.
Thank you, Lori. Love you too. And my God, has it been 10 years? Woo! It's like it was just yesterday. It's so, thank you for that introduction. It was really sweet. And you guys, I don't know how I can follow. I don't know how this Chris can follow that Chris and that Chris, because you guys rock. I mean, talk about, Christy, you coming, I remember when you joined and you were, it was all virtual, but you came in like a rocket ship. And you really have, made it work. And I love that so many people have come in during the pandemic and helped us discover how virtual can work so well. And then Christy, for you to do a front yard party like that, and I like to say party, I know we say event, but I'm a party girl, to do a front yard party and have that many people, really excited, wanting to book, your host wanting to do it too. And I am so in love with these cards. I have always used cards and I have always preached to use notes. Don't make it look perfect, because if you make it look perfect, then other people don't think that they can do what you do. So don't feel like you have to memorize everything. And I think that, I think it's meant to be a fun time, a fun gathering for everybody to be able to raise some money together for a great cause. And that's why we do events. So I'm just going to start this right away by saying, thank God we learned that we can do virtual events, because as much as I love in-person events, the virtual events are such a great add-on now for your business. If you're able to get back into or experience for the first time in-person events where Christy talked about that energy that you feel, and you can add in the virtuals, you guys, it is going to be gold. And you know, something today we heard Kelly Newcomer talk about, Lori, and those of Kaz and Teresa and Aaron and all Anya, all the directors on the call. We had a director call today, and Kelly was talking about how, God, I already forgot it now that I remembered everybody's names. No, she was talking about Wine Club, and could you imagine what it would be like if you had so many wine clubs every month, so that you had at least 1,500 PCV, that was already every single month you got to your pay raise just through wine clubs. And then on top of that, you add in those events that you're doing, and that's how you're really going to be bringing in the big sales, and you're starting to be making a lot of donations and stuff. And so I'm just really excited about that. And I'm excited about what all the possibilities are. And I'm really excited that there are areas of the country that are opening up. And I know that I love the energy of getting together with people. I can't wait to see all of the leaders in Scottsdale in September, and then the boot camps that we're going to do. And I'm coming to Denver for boot camp. So I'm really excited about that. And I'll also be in Pittsburgh. So a couple of my favorite cities, seeing my favorite people. So Lori asked me to talk tonight about bookings, and you know, you guys don't know this. I'll tell you a little secret that when I first interviewed with One Hope, and the reason why I got my interview with One Hope, by the way, is because of Lori. She was telling them, you guys need to talk to Chris, and it was just the perfect timing. But part of my interview was Tiffany wanting me to tell her how to book. Give me a booking training. And I had to do a booking training for her during my interview. Talk about being nervous. I mean, my gosh, Christy, I did not have note cards, and I wish I'd had note cards, but I passed. I'm here, so I passed. But the thing is that, you know, when you're looking at the training that's out there, especially training on booking, I think it's the one skill set that you're going to find the least amount of training on, which is really weird. Because a lot of times it's just a matter of how many people can you talk to and reach out to, and are you doing, it's complicated is what I'm trying to say. You have to ask. I mean, you get the bookings through reach outs, but you have to think about the different things that can happen throughout the event so that you can book at an event. And then if you're going to do reach outs, those are the conversations and stuff. But I think the point I'm trying to make is that it's a natural act if you are wanting to share and you are making it fun, and people are like, wow, that's fun. I like the whole idea. I want to do this too. So anyway, one of the things though that I have, and also has always become very natural for me. Now, for a lot of you guys, it might not seem natural. And probably that's another reason why when I was going through all of my training, when I knew that I had to do a training for Tiffany, I'm going through all of the training stuff I had. And I thought, why can't I find anything on bookings? And it was just because I don't think I ever really kept much on bookings, because I've always been able to do it. And the reason is because about 20 years ago, somebody told me that bookings are the lifeline of my business. And without bookings, I have no business. And when that was told to me, it stuck. And it was like, oh my gosh. And you guys, the same thing today applies. It doesn't matter that 20 years ago, my business looked a little bit different. I sold a different product. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have a lot of different things that we have today, but I still knew that I had to have bookings in order to have a business. And so it became a part of my DNA. And I wanted to become a part of your DNA too. I wanted to become a non-negotiable for you, that you must have events, parties, whatever you want to call them. And you want to make sure that you're building a portfolio of in-person events and also some virtual events. And I want you to not lose that skill set of virtual events if you came in with virtual events or if you had to learn it, because I think that it's something that a lot of people are still going to be more comfortable with, and we need to be open to that and give them choices. And the more choices you can offer, the better. But you guys touched a little bit on why you want to have events. Christy was talking about the energy, which I think is really, really important. But you know what? If you want to hit a sales goal, you book events. If you want new CEs, you book events. If you want more events, you book events. If you want wine club members, you book events. If you want to get into nonprofits and do some fundraising for nonprofits that you don't know of, book events, because the people that come to those events are the people that are going to be connected to those nonprofits. Don't reach out to the nonprofits. The people are going to come to your events. Do you want to get corporate gifting clients? You're going to find them at the events. Do you want to train your team? Now, this is a big one for me. If you want to train your team, book events. It's all about shadowing. There's no reason for you to have to reinvent the wheel if people can come to your events. So for that reason, you want to make sure that you've got a really full calendar, especially as a leader, so that your team is always looking to know when they can get plugged in and they can shadow you. And the nice thing is that someone can shadow you at an event and not even be there. If they're a long distance CE on your team, they can FaceTime in, you can Zoom them in, or, we know that we've got all these virtual opportunities, but make sure that people get plugged in and that they can see you doing what you're doing. And so I have a question. How are your bookings right now for August? Why don't you guys put in the chat, like what you got? Kim Smith has 5, no way, really? Woo! All right, Kim's got 5. Amy's got 3. Amy, I didn't even see you on the call. Are you hiding tonight? Susan, 3. Okay. Erin, when does school start?
I'm back August 16th. The kids are August 19th.
Oh my goodness. And my question for you, Erin, is are any of these 4th graders formerly 1st graders that you taught?
They're actually formerly my 2nd graders that like departed me. Well, you know what I mean? You know, when it all shut down. So I'm excited.
That's exciting.
It's going to be 2 weeks of just reunion time.
That's great. Good for you. That's a burning question I had when you said that you were going to be 4th grade instead. And I hear everybody saying, holy smokes, Kaz, but I didn't see the number. What's the number?
She has 4
this week. I had 1 yesterday, 1 on Sunday, just gone. And then I have 3 more this week.
Awesome. All right. You guys are in good shape. So, I mean, I would always do 4 events every single month. I always felt like if I could go out every week and do some, and work, then I was good. And it was also very consistent, very steady. And I knew that when I could tell my team that they could come and shadow me too. And so 4 or more is really what you guys want to shoot for, even if you're super busy, because I'm going to tell you, if you're super busy and you're not able to at least go out once every week and do this, it's going to be harder for you every single month to do it than going out consistently. So be very consistent with it, because that way you're not always stopping and starting, reinventing what you're saying. If you get into a cadence and a routine, I don't want to say you're on autopilot because I don't believe in that, but you are very committed and very consistent. And so it's just a really, really good thing to shoot for. So what you do in August, 100% is going to set the tone for September, October, November, and December. And so this is a very, very busy month. The other reason why this is a very important month for you guys to have your booking solid is because other companies that have home parties are coming out of their conventions right now. And if they're coming out of their conventions, guess what? They are motivated. They are fired up to book, to sponsor, to do everything. So you're going to have competition. So make sure that you follow up with people and that you get yourself solid this month. It will make it so much easier for you to be able to book September, October, November, and December. So take a look at your calendar and decide, are all of the dates that I'm available for doing an event booked? Or do I still have some dates that are open? And I'm a firm believer in taking your calendar, and I like to use a paper calendar, and getting those non-negotiables down, making sure those things that are super important are on your calendar, because it's very empowering to be able to highlight or color, those boxes or those dates when you are available. And as I'm looking around this, screen right now, I'm like, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir. But even though I'm preaching to the ones that I know are doing it, you guys know that you have team members. And sometimes it's just good to be able to hear this as a reminder to share with your team members how important it is to be able for them to see exactly when they can work. Because when you're empowered by knowing when you can work, you're also empowered to make that booking bid and to offer to people the dates that you're available. The other thing I want to share with you is the importance of booking in close before you book out. Because a lot of times we'll think, I need 3 weeks before, or we're telling our host we need so much time before we can do it. But hopefully, I heard that number, 167, I think of you all got event kits. So, and I might be wrong about that number, but I know it was over 100. So if you're getting event kits, keep those event kits for those events that you can book in close. Okay. And that way you can make that a little extra something that you can offer to be able to encourage booking in close. But what I really want to emphasize is that once you do that, and once you're disciplined to do that, it's going to be so much easier then for you to book out. And suddenly you're this person who is in demand. And when you are in demand, first of all, people are going to take you seriously. They're not going to cancel on you. They're not going to postpone. They're not going to reschedule. And the way that you are in demand is by only offering 2 dates. When you are booking events, you don't show them your calendar. You tell them, my next 2 available dates are Thursday the 12th and Saturday the 14th. Which one works best for you? That's how you do it so that it gets in close. Then once you're done with that, then you say, okay, my August looks great. There isn't anything else I can do in August. Then that's when you want to make sure you're solidifying September and October. Now, if someone tells you they want to book in September or October, that's great. Pencil them in, but really, really be disciplined to focus on getting yourself booked in August. Now, let me see. I've got some notes here because my brain's not so good this time of night. Make sure that you're ready, that you know what you want to say when you're going to reach out to people, of course. Make sure you're ready with your offer. I think it just makes you feel a lot more confident when you're talking to people. The other thing that I think is really important, and let's see, this is about, I think, in demand. I told you not to show your calendar. That just drove me crazy when I would see CE say, here, pick your date. Or they would say, oh, I can do it anytime. When is it good for you? Don't do that. That's being willy-nilly about your schedule, and people will not take you seriously. So they will reschedule on you. They will cancel. And let's see. Oh, and the other thing I said here is that if you tell people that it doesn't matter, you're available, then you're telling them that you're not a very interesting person, that you don't have a life outside of this. Because we all are busy. There is no way that we can be available all the time for people to be able to do parties. And so what's that telling them? I'm just not really sure if this is going to be that much fun. So you want to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success. And then once you have gone through the, your list of people that you're going to book with and that you're talking to, hopefully at your events, because I think that is always the best place for you to be able to book new events, then you've got to commit to host coaching. And the best way to start with host coaching is to set expectations right there and then with, we're going to get on the phone. We're going to have a great event together. I'm going to, I can't wait to talk to you about this. And you get that like security and that commitment right away from them. And then you stick with it. You tell them, you stick with what you say you're going to do. And then you begin the host coaching process. And host coaching is part of booking. That's why we say one of the keys to success is booking and host coaching. If you don't coach your host, then your booking is probably going to go away. So they go hand in hand. So I didn't get invited tonight to talk about host coaching. So I thought that I would just share with you guys, if you haven't been there yet in the training center, I think it's Guide 5 is partnering with your hosts. And we have some really great people who did some training there on that. And we also have a host coaching checklist and the host planning checklist, 2 excellent tools to be able to use, whether you're going to book virtual events or whether you're going to book in-person events, to be able to know how to talk to your host. And I just that was a very, very high level, like what my tips are on bookings, but there's always more to it. So I don't know, Lori, if you open up for questions or what you do.
We totally can. Thank you. So good. Did you guys, who thinks that Chris and I look like sisters? A little bit.
Did anybody notice on boot camp on Saturday during boot camp in March? We totally
got us confused. She's got way better skin than I do, though. She's got like Italian blood. I wanted to jump in on the host coaching because I really meant to go live last week and share this with you guys because it was such a testament to host coaching. And really in the vernacular, we call it partnering with your host. So you're not your host coach, right? You're her partner. You're there to help her raise money for her cause. I had a tasting last week here at my house, and the tasting was on Wednesday from 4 to 7. And on Monday, it looked like I had about 4 to 6 people coming. And I mean, like I kind of bust my butt to get my house ready and I'm giving out a lot of wine. So because this is how I coach my hosts, I started doing my reach outs. We ended up with 25 to 30 people in the backyard because I reached out to, hey, Anya, you got my invitation. I see that you saw it. Are you gonna be able to join us? Oh my God, I totally forgot. Yes, I'll be there.
Yeah.
So that's just, I'm telling you right now, you guys, work with your host to really, really help them reach out to their guests because they get depressed. They're like, oh, there's only 5 people. Listen, give them a call. They'll come. Just give them a call. So anyway.
I think the other thing too is that too many times our hosts think that they need to put out a beautiful spread. And they're more worried about cleaning their house and buying the food and making everything that they need to make for this party. And then they're just too tired to follow up, and they're thinking they're going on faith, but your time is too valuable for them to go on faith.
Right. And I do coach, I also did a tasting on Saturday, and this woman, she did one of my very first tastings ever. She did really one of my first tastings sort of back out in the world. And she does this crazy spread. And I'm like, please don't do that. It's like, Cheetos and beer, like, don't get crazy. Like, we want people to know that they can do this too. So anyway, I did get 2 bookings from it. So I guess she didn't do it too badly, but keep it simple. Yep. Let your host know they don't need, popcorn is the best pairing that a host can do, popcorn. And if you have a popcorn place in your town like I do, that's like literally a mile away, it's the best. So does anybody have questions for Chris? Drop them in the chat or raise your hand and we will call on you. Looking for hands. I'm looking for hands. All right, Susan Cholet. Popcorn is how I got one of my bookings for August. Yeah, easy button, no joke.
Nice.
Because guess what else? Popcorn doesn't taste like anything. You can literally just sprinkle some spice on there and it's good. And goldfish, Christy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love me a goldfish.
Wow.
I had a
Okay.
host Peter Neese to do an incredible 5-foot-long charcuterie, chip tasting. Yeah, you guys use all of these fun ideas. Potato chips, Girl Scout cookies, popcorn, like make it easy, right? Help your host, like say, here's some ideas that people do that'll make it really easy for your host so she doesn't feel like she has to back out. Chris, the only thing that I would add to what you said, and this is definitely been one of my absolute non-negotiables, book the date at your event.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Book the date at the event. When you book the date at the event, your potential host, your new host leaves going, okay, the 17th. So I got to clean the house. I got to babysit dog in the kennel. I'm going to get a charcuterie board. I'm going to do all this. When you don't book the date and she says, just give me a call and I'll check my calendar.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I got to clean the
At the
house.
very least, pencil them in for a day. Yeah.
If she's got the date, she's planning for the date. If you
Mhm.
don't give her the date, she's finding an excuse not to host.
Right.
Put them on the calendar and let them know, hey, look, we can move this. If this doesn't work, we'll find another date that works. But I book up really fast. I do 4 tastings a month. So I'm putting you on one of my prime dates and I don't, so.
That's exactly how you talk about it. That is exactly what you say.
Learned from the master. Are you kidding me?
Hey, you guys, I never had cancellations.
Yeah.
I can say that with certainty. I did not have cancellations because people knew that if they could get me for a party, that was good because I was super busy. I had a big team. Like Laura said.
I did it a long time ago, Susan, and I wasn't picking my nose, but my nose ring was falling out. So I was just messing with it. Somebody asked me if I pierced my nose. I pierced my nose years ago. Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Not seeing any questions here. We really appreciate you coming on and sharing all of your knowledge. As we sign off, because we're at an hour almost, I want to just remind you guys and let you know to keep an eye out for Mini Mojo. We're doing a Mini Mojo tomorrow morning at 9. And what Mini Mojo is just 30 minutes to come on and work your business. It's a Zoom. We are basically all on mute, doing our reach outs, doing our things, making bookings, doing all the things that we do that are IPAs, income producing activities, but we're doing it together. And I asked Karen, because Karen has never missed a Mini Mojo. And I wanted Karen Nishimura to share, why do you always show up to Mini Mojo? What has it done for you and what has it done for your business?
Actually, I did miss one because it was at 7 o'clock in the morning and I decided that it was not conducive to my business to be calling people on a weekday at 7 o'clock in the morning.
That's
I live in California, so when she's doing hers mid-morning, it's early for me. But yeah, no, I absolutely love it because it makes me take that 30 minutes of focus time and just sit down and do it. And I'm a people person, so I love being in a group setting and working together. There's just energy that I can feed off of with other people rather than just sitting here in my house all by myself. I shoot for 10. If I don't get all 10 done during that 30 minutes, last week we were there for an hour, but if I don't get all of mine done during that time, then I'll finish them before I step away from, whatever I'm doing for the day. And then, I always seem to get something out of it. Last week I was working on bookings. I didn't get any bookings, but I got a couple of corporate gifting, like hooks So I have a meeting tomorrow with somebody to talk to them about that. And I'm also going to talk to her about hosting again. But it always seems like I get something out of it, if not a sale. And I love being able to tell somebody when I got something done. It's like, hey, I found something. Oh, I just got a sale, you know, because it's that instant gratification. It's that instant, you know, pat on the back from somebody else.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you so much, Karen. You know, you don't have to work this business hours and hours and hours a day. If you can do 30 minutes a couple times a week, you should touch your business every day, even if it's for 10 minutes, just do a 10-minute quick touch, whether that's check your back office. There's some really fun stuff coming out. I think you guys are going to learn about tomorrow. Is that tomorrow, Chris? No, not tomorrow. Soon. Next week. Okay. Really fun stuff, but get in the habit of checking your dashboard every single day, because there's some really fun stuff coming. But you know, what I love about the mini Mojo is it's just 30 minutes that is dedicated to, I'm sitting at my desk and I'm going to do these reach outs, or, you know, whatever it is that you're going to do. If it's 7 o'clock in the morning where you are, send some emails. Ain't wake nobody up. Just do something, but it's a great little way to be in community and be working your business. So Chris, you're my favorite, as you know, don't tell anybody else, but thank you so much for coming on. Truly, you are a wealth of information and knowledge, and it's just, I appreciate it so much that you would share that with our group. If you have a chance to read the chat, you should. Everybody's like, oh, Chris, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And thanks to Karen and Christy for sharing today too. I know I kind of put you guys on the spot, but I just love what you had to share with everybody. Any last word? Oh, if you're an SCE, be sure. Oh God, I do have one major thing to say. I forgot to say it earlier. If you're an SCE, be sure to join the leader call next Monday. Good info. One thing I made a post in the Dream Crew, but I did want to say it here as well. There is a change to our checkout, and that is that everybody is automatically, the subscribe button is automatically checked. And that's great. That's going to help you build your subscribers. But I need you to be aware of it, because if you are filling in, you know, like I do a lot of concierge orders, etc. If you haven't already arranged with that customer to be a subscriber, you'll need to unclick that button. It just changed yesterday. It shouldn't have affected too many people. And it's a pretty big box. Like, it's a pretty big thing right there that says, hey, subscriber. But a lot of people have missed it. So just be aware of that. It's also a great prompt for you to have that conversation. You guys, subscribers are going to be absolutely the key to your business going forward, right? You've heard me talk about this a million times too. I think when on my gravestone, it'll say, book tastings, get subscribers. But I believe really strongly in that. But just be aware of that as you are checking folks out, or when you send somebody to your website or to an event link, kind of give them a heads up. So, okay, you guys are awesome. But, oh, we should hear that song one more time because I love it so much.
I just want to shout out Karen.
A shout out what?
I want to shout out Karen. I don't think I'm pointing at her on my screen, or maybe I'm pointing at you. I'm not sure, but you talked about Karen showing up for all the mini Mojos. She would be the first one on with me with every target team. She just finished up the director target team, and consistency is really important. So that's a great trait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Karen shows up. Who can say that? Who can say that saying with me? Those who show up,
go up.
Go up. That's right. And Karen's going up. So always, always, always show up. Thanks, you guys. Okay, can I play my song again? Here we go. You ready?
Hey, I'm on vacation every single day because I love my occupation. Hey, I'm on vacation. If you don't like your life, then you should go and change it.